Good morning.
Good morning. Hi, Marcia.
Hi, Sarahlyn Bruck. Welcome to the Creative Imperative. And I'm
Thank you.
delighted to speak to you today. We are going to talk about many things, including your book, which is coming out on March 2nd, called Daytime Drama. But we'll get to that. That's a little teaser for everyone. We will get to that in about 3.5 minutes, maybe. I don't know. Anyway, so I want to bring you through these questions. First, I'm going to ask you your name, where you live, what is your art form, which we already know as a writer, and if you're very brave, you can tell us how old you are.
Great. My name is Sarahlyn Bruck. I currently live in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. I'm originally from California, however, but I am happily here in Philadelphia. I am a writer, and I'm 49 years old.
Thank you for your bravery. Excellent. So here are our questions and you're going to be put up on YouTube with a myriad of fabulous people. Goes on and on and on and on. Anyway, okay. So tell me something that has greatly influenced your creative life, and this could be in your field, it could be anything at all. What has greatly influenced your creative life?
I think for sure reading. I was always a reader from a very young age. I've been obsessed with books, and I still am. And I think one of the primary authors that I followed when I was young was Beverly Cleary. I read everything of hers over and over and over again. I think the book that really influenced me when I was young was Ramona and Her Father. That was a book that was about someone who was my age, going through a lot of the things that I was, but also a lot of things that I wasn't. And in the book, major plot point was her father loses his job. And she has to struggle with that. The whole family does. And that was kind of the first time where I was able to read about someone my age, somebody that I related to who was going through something really difficult. Mm-hmm. And I think for me, that was a really formative experience. It really kind of put its stamp on me, for sure.
And how old were you then?
I think I was in second grade. Yeah. About 7.
That's when books grabbed. I think that's when books grabbed me too.
Yeah.
And it's just, the world is wide at that time. And
exactly.
And thank God you had a book pass through your hands that, opened this whole thing up. It's like a universe.
That's exactly right. It absolutely opens up your world, which can feel very small and contained when you're young.
Right. It's like going into a little tunnel and then it explodes,
Mm-hmm.
And really what you're talking about is empathy, which is what books are all about,
Yeah.
We understand another person's world. We understand a person's, emotions, sadnesses, which are ours or not,
Mm-hmm.
So that's wonderful. I love that. Okay. So we're both writers and we both know what a slog it is most days. I mean, my God, it's the hardest job. I was a musician. This is harder, I got to tell you.
Oh, gosh.
Whoa. And I was an oboist to boot, so that was just like dreadful, Anyway, tell me, we do have those moments. And I assume you have too, because you finished books and that's what's needed. So tell us about your moments where, I'm not even going to put words in your mouth, but the stuff comes, and it can be in the body, it can be in the head. Sarahlyn, tell us all about it. People need to know.
Those are the moments that, as you know, we live for those, right? For me, it feels almost like an actor, someone who I can almost feel each character in physically in my body. I can hear their voice. I can feel it kind of come through me. And I wouldn't say that the words write themselves, but it's almost like that. It's like I feel like this is, I'm almost acting out the scene as I'm writing it. And I become each character in the scene. And their words become my words, even though they're not my words. But it feels so much like I'm becoming those characters. And that is, this really fun. There's nothing more fun than that for real. I just love it. I live for it because it doesn't always go that way. But when it does, that's why we finish books. That's how we do it.
Right. So well put. And I'm sure that every writer can relate to this, and, also readers, it is art forms are mercurial to people who are not involved in them. Like, how does that all happen? Well, it happens with a lot of hard work, but then these moments too, just sort of float us on,
Yeah, absolutely.
push us through.
And I think that sense of transcendence is also, you can see that through line in lots of different art forms.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. Thank you so much. So we are 1 year as of today or yesterday or something like that, 1 year into the time of COVID.
And has it been a year?
Yes. The first case was diagnosed, I think, a day or so ago. And yeah, it's really crazy. And so this pandemic has just been challenging on so many levels for so many people. So many people are suffering. And I personally feel that the arts are, in general, not only in times of struggle, but in general, they hold us up. They elevate us. They make us, it's what it is to be human, to receive arts and to be an artist in the world. And so tell me, Sarahlyn, why does the world need writing? What does the world need to know about writing? And tell me all about that.
Yeah, I mean, you mentioned empathy, and I think that's it. That's truly it. We need to be able to understand each other, whether you're my next door neighbor or you're halfway around the world. For me, I think that books, literature, writing is all about connection and feeling those connections with people who are very different. Often they're very different from you. And I think that's that is so important for us to be able to understand each other, because we see what happens when we get divided, right? So feeling those connections in every single way that we can, even if we don't fully understand it, just feeling connected, feeling what that person is feeling when they're going through something really difficult is very, very important. Empathy is everything. Yeah, that's why I think it's important. And I think that's why I teach literature and writing as well.
Right. So well put, and so well, in such important words right now. We couldn't be more divided,
No.
And so anyway, thank you so much for that. But let's get to the book. You have a fabulous book coming out. It's called Daytime Drama. It's coming out. People, listen up. Sarahlyn Bruck's book is coming out on March 2nd. She's going to show you the cover right now. She's all in pubbing mode. There it is. Okay, go, Sarahlyn. Tell me all about this book. I want to know.
So this book was so much fun to write. This is set in the entertainment industry, specifically the soap opera world. And it's about a veteran soap opera actress. She's in her 40s. She's been around the block a few times, and she's been in the same job for 25 years since she was a teenager. And she finds out that her soap opera is about to be canceled. This puts her in a horrific position. She is a single mom. She's also supporting her own mother. So she's the sole breadwinner in her household. Her ex is blackmailing her. So she needs to figure out how to make this adjustment very fast. And it's, it's a book that you can read, by the pool or at the beach. It's a pretty quick read, and it's a great escapist read. It was so much fun to write, and I hope it's as much fun for readers to consume.
I'm sure it is. And as one who recently has not watched soap operas, but was addicted back in the day, my God, 1 o'clock, what was it? Days of Our Lives. I was there,
Me too. Yeah, me too.
Yeah. And so it sounds absolutely charming and scrumptious. And I urge everyone to get this book because we need escapism, as we said, just to get get into a tub and read about this soap opera diva or whoever she is. And so the book is coming out on March 2nd. It is available absolutely everywhere. It's available, I'm sure, in the land of Bezos and free shipping, Amazon, indie bookstores, Barnes and Noble.
Bookshop.org.
Yup. The big one is everybody, bookshop.org, which connects you to any bookstore you like in the U.S. Support those indies, brick and mortars, because they're going down like flies. And
Yes.
we need them very, very much.
You need them.
Sarahlyn Bruck, thank you so much for contributing to my YouTube channel, The Creative Imperative. Your voice is spectacular. It's needed. It's necessary. I loved it. And I'm wishing you the best with this book, okay?
Thank you so much, Marcia.
My pleasure. Okay, I'm going to say anon. Goodbye.